If you've been religiously doing your hip thrusts, deadlifts, and squats, but the only thing growing is your frustration, stop scrolling. I made this video specifically for you. Your hamstrings are always screaming, they feel tight, and your glutes have completely ghosted you. Sound familiar? I'm going to show you exactly how to fix this without the usual headache of just lifting heavier, so you can finally get the results you're looking for. This isn't a strength problem. This is a wiring problem. Your body is sending the wrong signals and forcing the wrong muscles to do all the work. It's a concept some in the fitness world call gluteal amnesia. Your glutes have basically forgotten how to fire, forcing your hamstrings to pick up the slack. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 simple ways to fix that wiring, wake up your sleepy glutes, and finally make them the dominant, powerful muscle they're supposed to be. Before I show you the fixes, you need to understand why your hamstrings are taking over. It all boils down to a vicious cycle of compensation, and it usually starts right here with your hip flexors. If you spend a good chunk of your day sitting at a desk, in a car, on the couch, your hip flexors are locked in a shortened position. Over time, these tight hip flexors pull your pelvis forward into what's called an anterior pelvic tilt. Picture your pelvis like a bowl of water. An anterior tilt is like tipping the water out the front. This tilt stretches your glutes, putting them in a weak, disadvantaged position where they can't contract properly. At the same time, it puts your hamstrings on constant, low-level tension, basically pre-loading them to do everything.
This creates a neurological glitch called reciprocal inhibition.
Think of it like a light switch. When the muscles on one side of a joint, your hip flexors, are chronically tight and stuck on, the nervous system automatically tells the muscles on the opposite side, your glutes, to power down. So, your tight hips are literally telling your butt to take a nap.
The second problem is a weak core.
Your glutes need a stable pelvis to pull against. If your core isn't strong enough to lock your pelvis down, your body will recruit helper muscles. Hello? Hamstrings and lower back, to create stability. This is why you get that familiar hamstring tightness and lower back ache after what was supposed to be a glute workout. And I want you to know this isn't just bro science, it's backed by research.
Studies have shown that people with tight hip flexors tend to have lower glute activation.
One systematic review found that stretching tight hip flexors can have a positive impact on performance. The bottom line? The problem isn't that your hamstrings are bullies. It's that your glutes are neurologically snoozing.
Now that you know the root cause is a wiring issue, not a strength issue, we can fix it.
If you want a full, structured plan that puts all this into action, I've put together a free workout routine you can download at the link in the description. Alright, let's rewire your system. Here are the 5 actionable steps I want you to take to make your glutes dominant and finally give your hamstrings a break.
First things first, we have to undo the damage from sitting. But just passively hanging out in a lunge won't cut it.
We need to do this actively to tell the nervous system to chill out. Here's how you do it right. Get into a half-kneeling position. Before you lean into any stretch, the most important cue is to tuck your tailbone under by squeezing the glute of the down leg. Your pelvis should shift from tilted forward to neutral. Honestly, you might feel a deep stretch in the front of your hip just from doing that. Now brace your core. From this stable position, gently glide your hips forward. You won't move far, but you'll feel an intense, targeted stretch right in the hip flexor. That's the good stuff. Hold for 30-45 seconds while taking deep belly breaths. Deep breathing signals your nervous system that it's safe to let go of that tension.
Do this for 2-3 sets on each side before every workout.
Your glutes can't fire from a wobbly platform. If your core and feet aren't stable, you're just leaking energy. First, learn to brace properly.
This isn't just sucking in.
Take a breath into your belly and then tense your entire midsection like you're about to take a punch. This creates pressure that locks your pelvis in place, giving your glutes a solid base to pull from. Second, wake up your feet. An unstable foot causes a chain reaction of instability all the way up. Use the short foot cue. During any standing lift, think about trying to drag the ball of your foot toward your heel without curling your toes. You'll feel the arch of your foot fire up. This creates a rigid, stable platform for your glutes to push from. Now that the brakes are off and the foundation is stable, it's time to wake the glutes up directly and remind them they have a job to do. The goal here isn't lifting heavy. It's all about that mind-muscle connection. First, the banded glute bridge. Lie on your back with a resistance band just above your knees. Before you lift, actively push your knees out against the band. This immediately fires up your glute stabilizers. Now, drive through your heels and lift your hips, focusing only on squeezing your glutes as hard as you can at the top. Don't just go through the motions. Hold that peak squeeze for 2 seconds. Research shows that adding a band significantly increases glute activity. Second, the donkey kick, but with control. On all fours, brace your core to lock your spine. Keeping your knee bent, lift one leg back and up like you're stamping your footprint on the ceiling. The movement comes purely from your glute. If you feel your lower back arch, you've gone too far. Squeeze that glute at the top for a 3-second count.
Do 15-20 slow, controlled reps of each drill before you lift. Not all exercises are created equal.
While squats work the glutes, some exercises are just better at forcing them to be the star of the show. The king of glute exercises, according to EMG research, is the step-up. Studies consistently show step-ups elicit incredibly high levels of glute activation. But form is everything. Use a box that puts your thigh about parallel to the floor. Hinge at your hips and lean your torso slightly forward to pre-stretch the glute. The key is to drive through the heel of your top leg. Think about pulling yourself up with that glute. Don't push off your back foot. It's just for balance. Most importantly, lower yourself down slowly, over a 3-4 second count. That slow eccentric phase is where real control is built. Another great choice is the Romanian deadlift, RDL. The RDL is amazing for glute bias because you maintain tension the whole time. To make it glute focused, start by pushing your hips straight back like you're trying to touch a wall behind you with your butt. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Only go as low as you can with a dead straight back. Then, squeeze your glutes powerfully to drive your hips forward.
This is where we get a little nerdy and apply some advanced tricks to make your glutes work even harder. First, use the posterior oblique sling.
This is a real anatomical structure, a facial connection where your lat muscle on one side crosses your back and connects to the glute on the opposite side. This is how your body transfers force when you walk or run. During single leg moves like lunges or step-ups, actively swing the opposite arm forward as you drive up. This lat engagement will reflexively fire up the opposite glute, giving you more power. Second, put a band on your compound lifts.
Research has shown that placing a resistance band around the knees during squats can dramatically increase glute activity.
The band tries to pull your knees in, so your glutes have to work overtime to fight that pull, forcing them to do more work on every single it.This. If you feel like you have this exact wiring problem, here's your 5-step plan. Release the brakes. Do active hip flexor stretches before every workout, focusing on a neutral pelvis.
Build your foundation. Master core bracing and the short foot cue to create stability from the ground up.
Rewire the connection. Use targeted drills like banded glute, bridges and controlled donkey kicks to wake up your glutes. Choose glute dominant exercises. Make flawless step-ups and RDLs a priority in your routine. Amplify your lifts. Use an opposite arm swing and add bands to your compound lifts to get more glute out of every rep. This isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about fixing the underlying patterns so the right muscles do the right job. Stop blaming your hamstrings and start teaching your glutes how to show up to work. If you found this helpful, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these techniques you're going to try first. Now go fix that wiring.